Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to do my everyday summer makeup look. This is just a look I would do on an everyday basis. So for some of you, this might be a lot of makeup just for a casual everyday look, but I like doing this on an everyday basis. For some of you, this might not be that much for an everyday look. It just depends on what your preference is, but this is what I like doing in general. Sometimes the eye look does change a little bit. I usually go for more neutral or warm tone looks for my eyes that are more in like the gold, champagne brown family. That's just like my everyday type of look. So if you like to see how I got this look on my face, then please keep watching. Okay, so like usual, I'm going to start out with priming my face, and I'm going to use my Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is the Radiance one. This is just a little mini size, but I love it. It works really well. I like it because it's really like hydrating and moisturizing, but it doesn't feel oily or greasy, and it gives a really nice pretty glow. So I'm really liking it. And for my under eyes, I'm going to use this from Dermalogica. It's their Stress Positive Eye Lift. I got this from Influenster, so this was sent to me for free to review, but I do really like this product. I have actually noticed over time that it has reduced my dark circles under my eyes. If you look in older videos, when I wasn't using this, I feel like my under eye circles looked a lot worse, and I feel like they're starting to get better. It's not something that works immediately, but I have been using this for probably almost 2 months now, and I do notice a difference now. Like now I feel like my under eyes look a lot better than they used to. I already put some lip balm on it. I just put this one from Jersey Shore Cosmetics. It's their Mongongo lip conditioner. Feels really nice and it smells delicious. So now for foundation, I'm going to use this one from L'Oreal. It's their True Match Lumi foundation. This isn't a new foundation or anything. This has been out for a while, but it is one of the foundations from the drugstore that I do really like. And I have the shade Porcelain Light Ivory, which is the W12 shade, so it's in the warm family or the warm spectrum shades. That is one thing I like about L'Oreal foundations in general, is that they usually, for the most part, have labels for warm, cool, or neutral. So I'm just going to blend this out on my face. This is from Eco Tools. It works basically like a beauty blender would. Okay, so now for concealer, I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair Neutral. This is my favorite, as you probably know. It's like everyone's favorite. So now to set my face, I'm going to use a new product that I'm obsessed with ever since I got it. It's from the brand Skinfood, and it's in this jar. So this brand is a Korean beauty brand, I believe. I'm not like super familiar with it. I have seen it online at other websites. Like, I don't remember where I've seen this before, but I've seen a lot of their skincare products. They have an actual Skinfood store at a mall in Orange County, so I went there and I was looking around and I saw that they have a powder, so I wanted to try it out because I am actually running kind of low on setting powder. This is their Buckwheat loose powder in the shade 10. So they had a few different shades, but this one is the lightest one I saw in the store. I have no idea, they might have lighter ones like online or at different stores. I have used this for a few days already, like since I got it. I got it last week and I've used it probably like 3 or 4 times since then. The thing that is like amazing about this is you get 23 grams of product in here. It's like a really big jar, and this was only $13. Just for comparison, just so you can see how much product you're getting, the LA Girl Pro Powder, which is something I really like, but I ran out of it and I haven't repurchased it yet. This is only 5 grams in here. I would say this is a good amount of product. It lasted a pretty good amount of time, and this is very affordable. I think it was like $5 or so, but there's 5 grams in here. This has 23 grams and it was only $13, so it's like really cheap. I was really excited to try it out because like, if you could find a cheap setting powder or an affordable setting powder that is going to work for you and maybe work just as well as the high-end brands, then that's amazing, because I use a ton of setting powder, like for my under eyes, for my whole face. Since I have oily skin, I need to use a lot of powder to set my whole face. I think the packaging is really cute. It just looks like this on the lid, and then just a huge little jar. The label's on the bottom, and then when you twist it open, it does come with a little puff. But I haven't used this yet, but I guess I could use it at some point. I just haven't. And then it has the little like sifter with the holes in it so that you don't get too much product out at once. Only downside of this product is it does have talc in it. I saw on the ingredients. There was an extra little sticker on here when I bought it that had the ingredients in English because the ingredients on the package are in Korean. It does have talc in it, unfortunately, but I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to find setting powders without talc in them, because I feel like most of the powders I've tried so far for setting my face, if they don't have talc in them, they're like the ones that are just silica, and for me it doesn't work so well to set my face, especially my under eyes. It's just not like soft enough. I just shake it up to get some powder in the lid, and I was shaking it a lot and I didn't get too much out. So the sifter is pretty good, like you don't get too much at once. This is also from Eco Tools. It's the mini sponge though, so this is the normal size, this is the mini one. Like always, I'll blend out my under eyes to make sure there's no creasing. And then I take the little mini sponge and I just dip it into the powder, get some on the sponge, and then I just apply it right to my under eyes. And the reason why I really like this powder is, for me, it doesn't oxidize under my eyes. I was using a couple different powders before, like I was trying to use different products. They almost like oxidize under my eyes. It's really weird. So then my under eyes wouldn't look as bright as I wanted them to, which is like totally the opposite of what you're trying to do when you're adding concealer and powder to your under eyes. You're trying to brighten them, and they look darker. It was weird. So I love this because it doesn't do that. So I've really been liking this because it's really like soft. It doesn't cause my under eyes to crease or anything. One thing that, depending on your preference, you may or may not like, this does have a little bit of a fragrance to it. I think it smells good. Like it smells like fresh, clean, kind of like a fresh skincare scent in my opinion. It's very light. It's not like too sweet or too florally. I think it smells good, so just wanted to mention that. And then for the rest of my face, I use a brush, just a little powder brush. This is from It Brushes for Ulta. It's just a powder blush brush, and I just use this on my face just to set my entire face. After I used this the first time, or the first couple times, my boyfriend was like, your makeup actually smells good on your face. And then I was like, oh, it's from the new powder you bought me. So he thought it smelled good. I'm really excited to like keep using this because for me it works really well, and I love the finish that it gives my skin, and like my skin doesn't get oily with it. I mean, no matter what, my skin gets a little bit oily. My skin doesn't get any more oily than it normally would, so it's pretty good at controlling my oil throughout the day. I don't have to reapply it. So I would love this powder. It's like, I'm so happy with it. I'm so glad I found it. And it's so affordable, and I feel like it's gonna last me forever. I'm not sure where else you can buy this powder other than on their website, and then if you are close to a store that sells it, but you could just Google it and see if they sell it anywhere near you, or if not, you can always just order it online. Once that's there for a little bit, I just brush it away. Just brush away the excess so there's not too much there. Okay, so now after I do my foundation, I set my brows with the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. I have the deep brown shade, and I like using this after I set my face because this is like a wet formula, like a gel product, and if I put it on my brows before my powder, it'll cause the powder on my face to stick to my brows, and I don't want that, so I just apply this after my powder. And that just keeps my brows in place. So for my eyes, I'm going to do something pretty simple just because this is supposed to be like an everyday look. So I'm going to use my Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden. Just put some on my eyes. I like this primer because it kind of works as a concealer, so it masks my veins on my eyes. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to use my Lorac Pro Palette 3. I really like this palette, and I feel like not that many people talk about this palette. I want to use it today just to give it some love since I don't use it all the time, but I do actually really like it. I'm going to use the shade Canvas to set my lid, and then on my brow bone to set, I'm going to use the shade right here. It's called Blanc. So this is the Blanc shade, just applying this on my brow bone just so that it's a little bit lighter and highlighted. But this is a matte highlight, so it's not adding any shimmer. And then go into that shade Canvas and then just apply that on my lid. Now I'm going to go into the shade Terracotta over here, and I'm just going to apply that to my crease as a transition shade, just to start warming up and defining the crease. I'm going to go into the shade Dark Brown over here and just apply a little bit to the outer corner of my lid, and then just bring it into the crease a little bit, just to start defining the crease a little bit more. And now for the lid, I'm going to go into the shade right here. It's called Light Pewter, and it's a shimmery shade, but it's like super creamy. And I'm just going to add this to my lid right here where I didn't really apply any product yet. I'm gonna go back into that terracotta shade that I used in my transition. Just apply a little bit more. Gonna use a little bit more of that dark brown and just focus it in the outer corner and on the lid. Like the outer corner of the crease, basically creating that C shape. I think I'll use the shade On Pearl right here to pop that in my inner corner just to brighten it up a little bit. Okay, now for my lower lash line, I'm gonna use these two shades. So the dark brown and the terracotta shades. I'm going to kind of like smoke out with the terracotta, just apply it like all over my lower lash line. And then with the dark brown shade, I'm going to be a little more precise and focus that closer to my lash line. Okay, so that's it for eyeshadow. And now I'm going to do a wing and mascara real quick. I'm going to do it off camera, but I'm going to use the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and then I'm going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. To contour, I'm going to use my Anastasia contour kit. This is the light to medium one, like usual. I'm going to do this shade right here to contour, and then those two matte highlight shades to highlight. I'm going to use my Sigma Large Angled Contour F40 brush to contour my cheeks. This is my favorite brush to use to contour. If you don't know, if you haven't seen in my other videos, I am like a huge Game of Thrones fan. Like, I am such a Game of Thrones like nerd, geek, whatever you would call it. I am like obsessed with the show. It's my favorite show and I love the books. I'm so sad because this Sunday is the last one of this season and then we're gonna have to wait probably at least a year till the next season, the last season, season 8. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff online that I don't know what's true yet because this is all just based off of what people are saying, but I've heard that it could come, the next season could come back September or October of 2018, or it could be like 2019. And I really hope it's not 2019. I'm gonna be so like annoyed if we have to wait till 2019 to watch the last season, because it's like, how can we go another year without seeing it? Like, you already have to wait a whole year to see what's gonna happen. And then if we have to wait over a year, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Like, I just wanna know what's gonna happen. But anyway, I have been really liking this season. I think a lot of people in general really like this season, the current season, season 7. But I feel there are some people that I've seen that have been complaining about it, thinking that it's too rushed or that there's not enough character development, stuff like that. But I personally, like, I'm fine with it because, I mean, would I like if there were 3 more episodes and there were 10 episodes this season? Yes, that would make me happy. But I do understand that the episodes that they're showing this season are a lot more expensive because of like the visual effects that they're doing. Like, there's way more dragons and like battles, stuff like that. So obviously it's more expensive to film. It's basically like they're filming movies kind of, but they're just a TV episode. So I understand that each episode is way more expensive. So that's fine with me, I understand. And also it's like, we've been waiting so long for all of these events that are happening now to happen. If you watch Game of Thrones and you're caught up to it, then you know that like there's certain things that we've been waiting for a long time to happen, for certain characters to meet, for certain events to unfold. Just, you know, there's certain things that have been happening this season that, like, a lot of stuff has been happening this season that we've been waiting a lot of time. So it makes sense that it's going to move a little bit faster because all the buildup has been up to this point, and then if they were going to drag it out anymore, then people will be complaining that why are you dragging it out? So I am really happy with this season so far. I think it's fine. Last week's episode was really good, but really sad. Like, if you watched it, I'm not going to say what happens. Don't worry, I won't give a spoiler, just in case some of you are behind. Don't worry, I won't say spoilers, or if I do say anything that's spoiler-like, I'll warn you before I say it. This last episode so this past Sunday, it was episode 6. Oh my gosh, it was such an amazing episode. Like, I just want to rewatch it because I loved it. It was so good. I thought it was really good. It was so cool. Like, what happens, it's really cool. It's like so many things are happening that you kind of were like hoping would happen or like expecting to happen at some point, but we haven't seen it yet on the show. But then there was a part at the end that was so sad. So don't worry, I'm not gonna say what it is, but if you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. And I just can't wait till this Sunday because it's gonna be the last one. I'm so sad because it's gonna be the last one, and then I have to wait over a year till the next season. I'm gonna be like in Game of Thrones withdrawal, but I really want to see this one. Like, there's so much like anticipation wanting to see it. I really want to see it. I want to see what's going to happen. I won't say who I'm talking about because I don't want to spoil anything if you are not caught up on the show. But I could say, like, I'll say this in a way that doesn't give anything away. So there's a certain two people that could potentially get together. And people either like that or they don't like it. And I hope that they do get together. Because I think that would be, like, I don't know, finally, like some romance that hopefully won't end badly on Game of Thrones. Like, usually almost everyone that gets together on Game of Thrones, something bad happens to them, for the most part. So I hope that something good happens and they get together and that they are, like, happy together. I don't know. That's just me hoping, but it's Game of Thrones, so that probably isn't gonna happen. But don't worry, see, I didn't say any names, so you don't know who I'm talking about. If you are not caught up, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you are caught up, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't watch the show, then you probably don't care what I'm talking about. You're like, shut up, this isn't a Game of Thrones show. But it's okay. Other people on YouTube, other beauty tubers, they always talk about what shows they're watching. So I gotta talk about what I'm watching. Otherwise you won't know. I don't just do my makeup all the time, obviously. That would not be normal if that's all I did all day, every day. But I feel like once this season is over, I'll be like even more into my beauty videos. Like, I feel like I'll have even more like energy and inspiration to create more like makeup videos. I don't know, because I've been so like into Game of Thrones these past few weeks since the new season has been here that I've been like, obviously I love doing my makeup videos and I love doing my makeup, but then part of me is like not quite as focused on thinking of new ideas for my channel, and part of me is just like thinking about Game of Thrones, which is not good. I mean, it's good that I like the show, but it's not good that it's keeping me from it. Not that it's keeping me from it. I'm still getting my videos done, but I feel like once the season's over, it'll be like Game of Thrones break, then I could really focus on beauty, you know? Like, my full attention will be on that. You guys can let me know in the comments if you watch it and what you think. Don't like put spoilers or anything, just in case someone watches this video or reads the comments and they don't know what's gonna happen. I don't want it to ruin to them for them, but you can let me know if you watch it and if you like it or whatever. Or if you really want, you can always send me like a DM on Instagram and talk about it. That way no one will get spoilers. That's my little Game of Thrones update on what I've been doing. And now to bronze up my face, I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, like usual. This is like my favorite bronzer. I don't know why it's so good. Just bronze up my forehead. I basically have been doing this like in all of my videos lately. This is just my like current routine with bronzer and stuff. And I basically always use this brush. Woo! I'll put too much right there. I'll blend it. I like using this brush because it blends out really nicely, and especially for my forehead, it applies product really nicely. I'm just gonna get a little bit of those light highlighting shades from the Anastasia kit and just put a little bit underneath my eyes and like up to the sides of my nose, just to brighten up that area a little bit. So now for blush, I'm gonna use this one from Tarte. I don't know why the Tarte blushes are really difficult for me to open. Like, I don't know. But I'm going to use this one from Tarte. It's the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Celebrated. And I'm going to use my Moda Pro by Royal and Lane Nickel. This is the pointed blush brush. I got this in my BoxyCharm box and I love it. It's so good. It's like my favorite blush brush currently since I got it. Some to my cheeks. I like how it just like applies the blush so nicely without looking too harsh. It blends it out really nicely, and I don't know, it just works really well for me. Finally, for some highlight, I'm going to use this one from Becca. It's the Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in the shade Opal. I'm just going to use this, oh, the brush got a little messed up. I'm going to use this crown brush. It's the Deluxe Highlight Fan Brush. Just dip it in there and apply it to my cheekbones. I actually kind of like the shade Opal for my skin tone better than Champagne Pop. I know Champagne Pop is the one that's like super popular, and it is a really pretty color, and I do think it's like an amazing color. Just for my own skin tone, I think because I'm so fair, this one looks a little bit better on me. Champagne Pop looks a little bit too gold. I don't know. Like, it's a beautiful color and I think it looks stunning on most skin tones. It just, for me, I feel like it looks a little bit too gold and too dark. But this one, I like how it looks. I do need to set my face. I'm going to use my Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. Just spray it all over my face. For my lips, I'm going to use this one from Anastasia. It's the liquid lipstick in the shade Dolce. I know I use this in a lot of my videos, but this is like the perfect summer shade for me. I just really love this color, so I'm going to use it. And this is just something I would wear like on an everyday basis. Like, basically it goes with like any look. It's so like versatile because it's really bright, but it's not too bright. It's like a wearable bright color. I just love this shade. It like immediately brightens up my look and makes me look like summery. I don't know. I just love it. I just put my hair up because I'm going to do it in a little bit. Just I'm going to let it dry and then style it. I don't want to use too much heat on it. So this is my completed everyday summer makeup look. Of course, I always am changing up my eyeshadow depending on my mood or depending on what I'm wearing, what kind of look I'm going for. This is kind of like an everyday look or a typical look I would do just on an everyday basis because it's really simple. It's not anything that's too difficult. I just like how it looks, and it looks good with basically any lipstick, any lip color, any outfit. Let me know in the comments what you've been liking to use this summer for beauty products. I would just like to know because I'm curious. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!